Okay, next week will be the last video game versus video character match. And of course, I will go with Mario versus Sonic. It's the last one of my first month of doing these. They're both the most iconic clashing. Last week, someone mentioned about Donkey Kong versus Bowser. So here I'm looking at the two men. Well, they're considered male. It's the two men. Of course, one's a Koopa, one's a giant ape. So I will pretty much say I think that these two are the primary antagonists for Mario Jumpman Mario. Now I do these fights differently. I look at intelligence, strength. This is how their strength appears to be in game. Speed, defense. This is how well do they actually take, how well they take hits. Range, versatility, and X factor. I think I counted that wrong because it should be intelligence, strength, speed, defense, range versus X factor. Okay, I threw an extra finger in there. Sorry. Now I'm looking at only the NES games. So people are like, yeah, but in Donkey Kong Country, well, Donkey Kong Country, I believe the grandfather was actually the Donkey Kong from games 1, 2, and 3. Now, Donkey Kong 1, 2, and 3, 1, of course, the classic one where he has got, I want to say it's Pauline, where he's got Pauline captured and Mario has to go free her. Donkey Kong 2 is technically Donkey Kong Jr., where after Mario has freed his girlfriend, he's kidnapped Donkey Kong. And now his kid has to free him. Donkey Kong 3, of course, is the very bizarre one where Donkey Kong is in a greenhouse. And Stanley has to constantly spray him into tuchus with bug spray to prevent him from knocking down flower pots and destroying flowers. Ironically, out of all of those games, I owned Donkey Kong 1, Donkey Kong Jr. for the old Atari 2600. Graphics required a lot of imagination. I owned Donkey Kong 3 for the Nintendo. Yes, so the one where you're a little guy spraying Donkey Kong in the tuchus with bug spray, I owned that one. For Super Mario Brothers, of course, I had 1, 2, and 3. Of course, I never beat 1, I never beat 3 without these cheat codes. So Bowser's really different from Mario Brothers 1 and 3. So here we go. Intelligence. Donkey Kong, he captured Pauline. They never really show how. That was really only about it. Bowser, on the other hand, Bowser has actually shown he has a great versatility. He's conquered multiple worlds. He's used magic to turn people into blocks and into animals. So Bowser definitely has an advantage when it comes to intelligence. Strength. This was kind of weird because I had to think of what they actually were doing. And I was like, well, in the first Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers, you really don't see Bowser doing a lot in the way of strength. In the third one, you can say his jumps are actually destroying the blocks he's standing on. You could make that. That could be a strength argument, potentially. Then Donkey Kong, on the other hand, what Donkey Kong actually was doing is, he was throwing barrels. Constantly throwing barrels. It's a lot of endurance. He was also, in the third one, he's supporting his own body weight while trying to knock down, essentially, beehives to destroy flowers. So I think Donkey Kong, just based on the fact that he is actively holding his body weight up the whole time throughout Donkey Kong 3, is very impressive. So you can pull the bar and hold and hang on from it while someone's attacking you. That's a tremendous show of strength. Speed, I give that one to Bowser. In the first game, Bowser jumped back and forth. He actually does movement, where Donkey Kong's stationary and just throwing barrels. Even in the third game, Bowser, bigger, a lot more movement. Donkey Kong is sliding up and down, being shot in the tuchus. Defense. In both games, Bowser, if you take the fire flower, a couple shots defeat him. Defeat him pretty easily. Where I was looking at Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong, yeah, he gets defeated if you make it to the top of it. But in the third game, he's taken a tremendous amount of shots of bug spray. Whether it's a small bug spray, if it's a short range, the long range, he takes a tremendous amount of hits to go anywhere. And you're probably thinking, but bug spray is nowhere near as dangerous as fireballs. True. But think of the amount of damage that you see Donkey Kong taking, because he can take a couple of shots and then slide back down. You have to forcibly push him on to the top using bug spray, because he takes a lot of shots. range. Sorry. I had to compare the ability to throw barrels versus fireballs that travel across multiple screens, and the fact that in a later version he throws hammers. That's a tremendous amount of range abilities. Versatility, again, it's sorry. If you look at everything that Bowser has going for him, he's got he's got the hammer aspect, the fireball aspect, and back and forth aspect, the fact that he uses magic. That's pretty impressive. And how's Mario defeat him? Well, either he has to beat him with fireballs, or he has to destroy a drawbridge and have him fall into essentially has to fall into a vat of lava. Then he comes back. Several times. And X Factor. I had to think a look at these two characters. You know, what aspect really drives it home? And I was like, you know what, I'm going to go with Bowser again on this one. When Mario, Jumpman Mario, defeated Donkey Kong the first time, he actually imprisoned him. He has never been able to imprison Bowser. I was like, you know, Bowser has never successfully been captured. Donkey Kong has been captured. In his first major outing, he was captured, his kid had to save him. You know, I can't think of any real games where Bowser has been captured and his kids had to try to save him. There's probably maybe one on the Game Boy Advanced or on the Game Boy games on the handhelds. But when it comes to the basic Nintendo games, out of those three, you know, Donkey Kong really hasn't had as much of a build-up to him as Bowser has. Bowser has really fantastic career. Since this is kind of your Godzilla versus King Kong aspect, and depending on how you're writing this, I'll be honest, Godzilla owns King Kong. And in this one, it's the same style. It's Bowser, it's Donkey Kong. Bowser is going to feast upon some burned ape flesh.